Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang saya hormati Bapak Ibu dosen dan Bapak Ibu guru penguji Uji Kinerja PPG dalam Jabatan Kategori 2. Perkenalkan, nama saya RENALDO GASPIE. Saat ini saya tercatat sebagai mahasiswa PPG dalam Jabatan Kategori 2 bidang studi pendidikan bahasa Inggris di Universitas Kristen Satya Wacana. Hari ini Selasa 13 Desember 2022 akan melaksanakan rekaman praktik pembelajaran untuk uji kinerja PPG dalam Jabatan Kategori 2 yang bertempat di SMA Muhammadiyah Program Khusus Kota Barat Surakarta. Berikut praktik pembelajaran yang saya lakukan. Selamat menyaksikan. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, have a seat everyone. Okay, let's start our meeting by standing basmalah together. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you doing today? I'm fine. You? I'm good too. Okay, who is absent today? Damar and Gazi. Okay, what happened to them? Gazi sleep. Okay, Mas Pak semuanya, let's continue our lesson. Today, Mas Pak, in today's meeting. Okay, Mas Pak semuanya, let's continue our lesson. In today's meeting, we are going to talk about chapter 8, and this material we are going to study the material about explanation text. Have you ever studied the material about explanation text before this meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the meaning of explanation in bahasa Indonesia? Ya, menjelaskan sesuatu. Nah, Mas Bapak semuanya, this is our material in chapter 8 di semester 2 ya, chapter 8 seperti itu. And this will be tested in semester test, in final semester test. Nah, lanjut. Before we start discussing the material, there are some learning objective. Ada beberapa learning objective. What is the meaning of objective in bahasa Indonesia? Objective? Tujuan. Jadi learning objektifnya tujuannya yang pertama adalah listen to and read various explanation text. Kita akan mempelajari, membaca, mendengarkan berbagai jenis text explanation seperti itu ya. Tadi teks apa explanation itu? Penjelasan seperti itu ya. And then we to find detailed information. Kita juga akan mempelajari untuk menemukan detailed information. Apa itu informasi mengenai explanation text ini. And then the third one, we will be identifying social function. Artinya apa itu social function? Fungsi sosial and then generic structure. Struktur ya. So structure which build up a good explanation text. Jadi struktur-struktur yang membentuk teks eksplanasi itu seperti yang akan kita pelajari. And then last but the language features. Kemarin sempat Ustaz ulang-ulang ya, kata feature ini artinya apa sih kemarin? Fitur. Jadi ciri-ciri, bukan itu feature. Nah, jadi feature di sini adalah ciri-ciri kebahasaan yang ada di dalam explanation text. And then the second one, learning motivation. Why should we study explanation text? Kenapa sih kita harus mempelajari explanation text sebagai materi di chapter 8? Nah, ini alasannya. Nah, in general, Mas Bapak semuanya, in chapter 8, our main material is about reading comprehension. Jadi, materi kita utamanya itu berkenaan dengan reading comprehension. Apa itu artinya reading comprehension? Comprehension itu comprehension itu pemahaman bacaan. Nah, because we are learning to read, karena kita mempelajari untuk membaca. Nah, by reading, it will improve our general knowledge, just like in analytical exposition text in chapter 4, masih sama seperti di analytical exposition text yang ada di chapter 4 yang kemarin ya. Jadi dengan kita membaca, it will improve our general knowledge, akan meningkatkan pengetahuan umum kita. And then physical thinking skills. Apa itu physical thinking skills? Ya, silakan Mbak. Kemudian this material will be tested in final semester test, just like what I've said before in the first one of this meeting. Jadi untuk materi ini nanti akan diujikan di semesteran besok. Semester 2. But you don't have to be worried, Mas, but for this chapter there won't be any grammar lesson. Tidak ada materi grammarnya saja. Our main focus activity is only reading. Hanya membaca saja ya. Tidak ada grammarnya sama sekali. And then the next one, the scoring system, Mas. The scoring system. Apa itu scoring system? Sistem penskoran. Jadi sistem penilaiannya ya. For this meeting, Mas Mbak, there will be 3 main activities. The first one, just like in the previous chapter, in the activity 1 or activity A, we will be analyzing a picture about natural disaster. Kita akan menganalisis sebuah gambar yang tentang natural disaster. Apa sih artinya natural disaster itu? Nanti akan ada sebuah gambar. Nah, tugas kalian adalah analyzing pictures about natural disaster. And then for the second activity, there will be reading comprehension skill activity using video subtitle. Just like in the fourth chapter, jadi akan ada kegiatan membaca untuk menumbuhkan kemampuan membaca itu ya, membaca kita ya, melalui video subtitle. Ya, ini ya. Okay, Akila. Please pay attention. And then the last one, reinforcement. Reinforcement di sini artinya pengkayaan. Jadi nanti kita akan ada kegiatan pengkayaan atau activity. Aktivitas selanjutnya about reading comprehension skill. You will be asked to read a text about natural disaster. Kalian akan diminta untuk membaca sebuah teks hubungannya tentang natural disaster seperti itu, bencana alam. And then your task is to read the text and answer the questions. So our topic for today's meeting is about natural disaster. Jadi materinya explanation text, tapi topiknya kita akan mempelajari tentang bencana alam. Khususnya nanti kita akan mempelajari tentang tsunami, bencana alamnya hanya tsunami. Untuk ini ya, seperti ini. Oke, kita lanjutkan lagi, Mas. So this is our mind map. Kita pembelajarannya ya, kita materinya ya. So this is our material for chapter 8. We are going to study explanation text. Kita akan mempelajari tentang teks eksplanasi. Nah, seperti itu. Kemudian we will be identifying the social function, sama seperti tadi ya, di learning objektifnya. And then the generic structure, struktur generiknya. And then the last one, language feature, ciri-ciri kebahasaan. Senang sekali kalau belajar bahasa Inggris. Jadi yang pertama ada social function, kemudian generic structure, sama language feature. Sama kayak teks-teks kemarin.
Yes.
Di analytical skills kita juga pelajari. Yang nilainya kalian bagus-bagus itu. Kita lanjutkan. Before we start to discuss our material or activity for today's meeting, let's have a look at this picture. What is the picture about, Mas Mbak semuanya? Good, Mbak Arisa. The picture is about tsunami. Tsunami ya ini ya? Yes, tsunami. You can see the big wave is coming into the land. And how do you feel, Mas Mbak? How do you feel when you see the picture? Scared. So you feel scared. What else? You feel scared, you feel fear, you feel frustrated. Seperti ini ya Mas Mbak ya. So for today's meeting, I will repeat once again. For today's meeting, our material is about explanation text, but the topic is about natural disaster. Jadi kita akan pelajari tentang bencana alam ya, bencana alam tentang tsunami. Nah, sekarang I'm going to divide you into several groups. katakan membagi kalian menjadi beberapa kelompok. I am going to divide you into several groups now, and each group should consist at least 3 students. 3 until 4 students. 3 sampai 4 group. 3 sampai 4. Okay, I'm going to distribute the student worksheet. Silakan pay attention to your worksheet.
Pas wi bakat.
Oke, Mas Mbak semuanya, let's discuss what we are going to do today. So in today's meeting, just like in the scoring system, there will be 3 activities. Akan ada 3 activity. So for the first activity, you will be asked to identify the cause of tsunami, because our topic for today's meeting is about tsunami. Jadi silakan nanti bisa menemukan the cause. Cause itu apa? Cause? Penyebab dari tsunami itu apa? Seperti itu ya. And then for the second activity, you will be asked to watch a video. Kalian diminta untuk menonton video seperti itu. Jadi kalian akan diminta untuk menonton video, and then watch the video carefully and read the subtitle, membaca subtitlenya, and then answer 10 question related to the video. Nanti kalian diminta untuk menjawab 10 pertanyaan hubungannya dengan video tersebut. And then for the third activity C, this is reinforcement, pengkayaan seperti itu. You will be reading the text about tsunami, and then your task is to answer 5 questions related to the text. Jadi ada 5 pertanyaan. Okay, let's start to discuss. Let's start do for the first activity A. Try to discuss with your partner. Share your experience. Silakan bisa melihat itu ya. Picture in activity A. What causes a tsunami? Coba discuss with your partner. What causes a tsunami? Silakan. Discuss with your partner. I will give you 1 minute to discuss what causes tsunami based on the picture in activity A. Floods, banjir, floods. Okay, finish. For the activity A, have you found some causes that generate a tsunami? Sudah menemukan ya beberapa penyebab yang bisa menimbulkan tsunami? Okay, start from Fatah and friends. The first group. So Fatah and friends, I would like to ask you, can tornadoes generate a tsunami? No, it can't. Okay, good. So basically, tornado cannot generate a tsunami. At least it is a very huge or extremely big tornado. Probably it can generate a tsunami. Mungkin kalau tornadonya sangat besar mungkin bisa ya. Mungkin. Tapi kalau secara umum sepertinya tidak bisa sepertinya. Okay, and then Mbak Arnisa and friends, earthquake. Can earthquake generate tsunami? Yes. Okay, good, Mbak Arnisa and friends. So yes,
Earthquake can basically the main cause of tsunami. Just like tsunami that happens all around the world, most of them were generated by earthquake. Jadi biasanya kalau tsunami yang ada di dunia itu biasanya diakibatkan oleh gempa bumi ya. And then landslide. Silakan Mas Agib atau Mas Alris. Can landslide generate tsunami, Mas Alris? Okay, good. Oh, pintar banget nih Mas Alris ini bahasa Inggris. Okay, the last one. Sampai ke meteorite saja. Mbak Najwa and friends. Can meteorite generate tsunami? Yes? How do you know? Susah yang jelasinnya ya, pokoknya bisa gitu aja. Semuanya bisa. Nah, bisa jadi meteorite ini mengakibatkan tsunami if it falls in the middle of the ocean. It will create explosion and then push water out of the ocean into the land. Bisa jadi nanti kalau meteorite-nya jatuh ke tengah lautan, kemudian meledak mungkin aja nih, imajinasinya Ustaz aja. Kemudian mendorong air keluar ke daratan, menjadikan tsunami. Seperti itu. Nah, so that is for the activity A. Nah, kita sudah menyelesaikan activity A ya, Mas Mbak. Now, let's jump into the second activity, activity B. Activity B. Saya akan siapkan dulu videonya. Nah, for the second activity, in activity B, Mas Mbak, you are asked to watch a video talking about how a tsunami works. Kalian diminta untuk apa? Melihat video. Topiknya atau judulnya tentang how a tsunami works. Bagaimana tsunami itu bekerja. Jadi kemunculan. How does a tsunami occur? Jadi gimana sih tsunami itu bisa muncul? Kita akan saksikan bersama-sama di dalam video tersebut. And then not only watching the video, you need to read the subtitle carefully. Kalian diminta untuk membaca subtitlenya dengan teliti. Because our main activity is reading comprehension. Karena aktivitas kita adalah reading comprehension, so your task is to read. Membaca ya. Jadi membaca, to read the subtitle of the video, and then while you are watching the video, ketika teman-teman Mas Mbak semuanya membaca, melihat videonya tersebut, silakan juga bisa read the subtitle. Silakan bisa juga membaca subtitlenya. So while you are watching the video, read the subtitle carefully. Jadi sambil melihat video, sambil membaca subtitlenya. Seperti itu. Setelah membaca subtitlenya, sambil dikerjakan 10 pertanyaan. Okay, is it clear? Do you have any questions so far? No question? Okay, Mas, Mbak, I am going to play the video 2 times. So pay attention carefully. 1 time only? So smart. So pay attention carefully. I will play the video 2 times. Play the video 2 times. Read the subtitle carefully. Kita coba dulu ya.
In 479 BC, when Persian soldiers besieged the Greek city of Potidaea, the tide retreated much farther than usual, leaving a convenient invasion route. But this wasn't a stroke of luck. Before they had crossed halfway, the water returned in a wave higher than anyone had ever seen, drowning the attackers. The Potidaeans believed they had been saved by the wrath of Poseidon, but what really saved them was likely the same phenomenon that has destroyed countless others, a tsunami. Although tsunamis are commonly known as tidal waves, they're actually unrelated to the tidal activity caused by the gravitational forces of the sun and moon. In many ways, tsunamis are just larger versions of regular waves. They have a trough and a crest, and consist not of moving water, but the movement of energy through water. The difference is in where this energy comes from. For normal ocean waves, it comes from wind. Because this only affects the surface, the waves are limited in size and speed. But tsunamis are caused by energy originating underwater, from a volcanic eruption, a submarine landslide, or most commonly, an earthquake on the ocean floor, caused when the tectonic plates of the Earth's surface slip, releasing a massive amount of energy into the water. This energy travels up to the surface, displacing water and raising it above the normal sea level. But gravity pulls it back down, which makes the energy ripple outwards horizontally. Thus, the tsunami is born, moving at over 500 miles per hour. When it's far from shore, a tsunami can be barely detectable, since it moves through the entire depth of the water. But when it reaches shallow water, something called wave shoaling occurs. Because there is less water to move through, this still massive amount of energy is compressed. The wave's speed slows down while its height rises to as much as 100 feet. The word tsunami, Japanese for harbor wave, comes from the fact that it only seems to appear near the coast. If the trough of a tsunami reaches shore first, the water will withdraw farther than normal before the wave hits, which can be misleadingly dangerous. A tsunami will not only drown people near the coast, but level buildings and trees for a mile inland or more, especially in low-lying areas. As if that weren't enough, the water then retreats, dragging with it the newly created debris and anything or anyone unfortunate enough to be caught in its path. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami was one of the deadliest natural disasters in history, killing over 200,000 people throughout South Asia. So how can we protect ourselves against this destructive force of nature? People in some areas have attempted to stop tsunamis with seawalls, floodgates, and channels to divert the water. But these are not always effective. In 2011, a tsunami surpassed the flood wall protecting Japan's Fukushima power plant, causing a nuclear disaster in addition to claiming over 18,000 lives. Many scientists and policymakers are instead focusing on early detection, monitoring underwater pressure and seismic activity, and establishing global communication networks for quickly distributing alerts. When nature is too powerful to stop, the safest course is to get out of its way.
What does the video tell me about? How a tsunami works. Okay, now I will play the video one more time. Pay attention to the video and then read the subtitle. While you are watching the video, reading the subtitle, try to answer 10 questions related to the content of the video. Jadi silakan bisa menjawab ya, sambil menjawab 10 pertanyaan berdasarkan isi video tersebut. Nah,
In 479 BC, when Persian soldiers besieged the
now, Mas Mbak, I will give you 5 to 10 minutes to complete your answer. Start from question number 1 until number 10. Work in your groups. Try to discuss with your partner to each question. Silahkan Ustadz memberikan waktu 5-10 menit ya. 5-10 menit to discuss with your partner about the answer. Silahkan. Bisa berdiskusi dengan teman sebangkunya mengenai jawabannya. Kita mulai ya, Mas Mbak. Okay, let's discuss for the activity. Have you finished? Yes. Okay, let's discuss. Start from question number 1. Please read the question and then answer it. Mbak Naila, sebentar. Mbak Naila. Question number 1.
What does the text tell you about? The text is about how a tsunami works.
Okay, good. The text is about how a tsunami works. Thank you very much, Mbak Naila and friends. And then question number 2, Mas Zidan. Question number 2, Mas Zidan.
What was the oldest recorded tsunami? The oldest recorded tsunami occurred in 479 BC. Before century. It destroyed Persian soldiers who attacked and besieged the Greek city of Potidae.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Mas Zidan and friends. Jadi untuk yang tsunami yang pertama
yang terekam dalam sejarah itu happen or occur in 479 before century when it destroyed Persian soldiers. And then number three, Mas Agib, number three, what is the tsunami activity be?
Tsunami is larger version of regular wave. It has truth and crest with the movement energy inside the water.
Okay, good. So tsunami basically is larger version of regular wave. Number four, Mbak Echa and friends.
What are the differences between normal ocean waves with tsunami? Normal ocean wave comes from wind. It only affects the surface and has limited size and speed. Tsunamis are caused by energy originating underwater.
Because the normal ocean comes from wind, and then tsunamis are caused by energy originating on the water. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Mbak Echa. Number 5, Mbak Asna sekalian. Mbak Asna, number 5.
What is tsunami? Tsunami is usually caused by a volcanic eruption, a submarine landslide, and most commonly an earthquake on the ocean floor, which causes when the tectonic plates of the Earth's surface slip and releasing a massive amount of energy into the water.
Okay, good. So tsunami is basically caused by volcanic eruption, landslide, and most commonly earthquake. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Mbak Asna. And then Mbak Kansa, number 6.
How fast does tsunami travel? It moves at over 500 miles per hour.
Okay, good. It moves at over 500 miles per hour. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Mbak Najwa sekalian. Number 7 ya.
Detect tsunami when they are far from shore, because tsunamis move through the center of the water.
Mbak Najwa, tepat sekali. Kenapa susah untuk mendeteksi tsunami ketika jauh dari pantai, ketika jauh dari daratan? Karena tsunami ini bergeraknya di dalam air ya, tidak di permukaan. Tiba-tiba nanti muncul di permukaan ketika sudah mendekati pantai. Number 8. Okay. Mas Alwi. Yes.
Why is the what
happened
when tsunami reaches shallow water? It creates waves falling. The wave speed slows down, but its height rises to as much as 100 feet.
Now, let's jump into the last activity, activity C, reinforcement. Kita akan melompat ke activity C, activity yang terakhir tentang pengkayaan. Isinya masih sama. The text is talking about tsunami. Now, because we have very limited time, let's start to read the text first. Start from the first paragraph. Coba, Mas Fatah, please read the first paragraph. First and second paragraph.
First and second. Judulnya juga.
Iya dong.
Tsunami. In the last decade, great deadly waves called tsunamis have occurred all around the world. They are usually caused by earthquakes. So how does a tectonic tsunami happen? First, when an earthquake happens, a tectonic plate on one side of the fault falls abruptly. This fall causes water to move forward with the throw of the wave at its front.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Fatah.
Oh yeah.
the sixth one.
Oh my god. Just like other waterways, tsunami began to lose energy as they rushed on shore. Despite those losses, tsunami still reached the coast with tremendous amount of energy. They have a great erosion potential as they can strip a large amount of sand from the beach and take away trees. They can cause flooding hundreds of meters inland and crush homes and coastal structures. Tsunamis may reach a maximum vertical height onshore above sea level, often called a round-up height of tens of meters. An undersea earthquake in the Indian Ocean on 26 December 2004 produced a tsunami that caused one of the biggest natural disasters in modern history. Over 200,000 people are known to have lost their lives. The waves devastated the shores of parts of Indonesia, Sri Lanka, India, Thailand, and other countries with waves reported up to 15-meter high, reaching as far as Somalia on the east coast of Africa, 4,500 kilometers west of the epicenter.
Arnisha. Okay, let's discuss, Mas Mbak. There are still 5 questions related to the text in reinforcement. The first one, what does the text tell you about? I'm going to ask Mas Agif to answer the first question. What does the text tell you about? Pay attention, everyone. Pay attention.
It tells about a tectonic tsunami.
Okay, tectonic tsunami. So question number 1, the answer is the text tells about a tectonic tsunami. And then question number 2, how does the writer start the text? Coba Mbak Safira. How does the text start the text?
By mentioning of the.
Please read the question first.
How does the writer start the text? By mentioning the definition of tsunami in general.
Okay, good. Gimana sih caranya si penulis itu memulai teksnya dengan cara mendefinisikan tsunami itu sendiri apa? And then number 3, coba Mas Fadli atau Mas Afi lah gantian. Afi nanti.
Number
3.
3.
Yes.
This one.
Yeah.
What is the main idea of the last paragraph? The main idea is undersea earthquake in the Indian Ocean on 26 December 2004 produced a tsunami that caused one of the biggest natural disasters in the modern history.
Okay, good. So the last paragraph is talking about an undersea earthquake in the Indian Ocean on 26 December 2004, which produced a tsunami that caused one of the biggest natural. That's all for the reinforcement for the activity 3. Activity 3. Okay, Mas Mbak, let's continue. No. Material. Nah. So here, Mas Mbak, after you have discussed the 3 activities in activity 1 or A, B, C, now let's summarize the material about explanation text. So basically, Mas Mbak, explanation text is a type of text that explain or that tells the process. Jadi ini fungsinya adalah atau penjelasannya adalah sebuah teks yang membicarakan tentang proses, sebuah proses. Nah, prosesnya apa? Bisa natural disaster tadi misal. Di sini ada social phenomenon misal ya. Kemudian ada scientific and cultural phenomenon. Misal contohnya seperti itu. Jadi sebuah proses terjadinya sesuatu. Kurang lebih seperti itu. And then the social function, just like its name. So basically, explanation text is used to explain. Kata kuncinya adalah to explain. Nah, nih diperhatikan nih. Besok akan muncul nih di semesteran, final semester test. Misal ada pertanyaan, what is the purpose of the text? The answer should be to explain. To explain why things or events work. Kenapa sih sesuatu hal itu bisa bekerja atau bisa muncul? Nah, kata kuncinya adalah to explain how and why something works or occurs. Kata kuncinya adalah to explain. And then the generic structure of explanation text. So the first paragraph is called general statement. In general statement, the writer will introduce the topic or the phenomenon that is being described, that is being explained. Jadi yang pertama itu ada namanya general statement. Kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan apa artinya general statement itu? Ya, pernyataan umum. Jadi paragraf pertama namanya general statement seperti itu. And then the second paragraph is explanation. Namanya explanation itu sequence of event. Jadi paragraf kedua namanya sequence of explanation. Itu nama dari struktur yang kedua ya. And then the last one there is closing. Jadi ada general statement atau introduction, kemudian ada sequence of explanation, the last one is closing. In closing, in the last paragraph, the writer will conclude, will summarize the explanation that have been described, that have been explained in the previous paragraph. Jadi di sini si penulis akan summarize atau conclude, menyimpulkan, merangkum penjelasan yang telah dijelaskan di paragraf-paragraf sebelumnya. Seperti itu ya. Kemudian untuk di explanation text ini juga terkadang memakai passive voice. Memakai passive voice, misal tadi tsunami is caused by bla bla bla. Jadi tsunami disebabkan oleh titik-titik. Jadi biasanya di dalamnya akan ada passive voice. Yang kemarin kalian pelajari di paket 5 ya. Chapter 5. Let's reflect our material for today. So how was the lesson today? So good. Fun? Fun? Okay. And then what have you studied in today's meeting? Explanation text. Explanation text. Kita pelajari tentang tsunami ya. In the next meeting we are going to discuss still in chapter 8 about explanation text, but we will be having another types of natural discussion, a natural disaster to discuss. Mungkin nanti akan ada natural disaster yang akan kita diskusikan yang lain ya. Kalau tadi kita mempelajari tentang tsunami, mungkin besok apa misal? War. Earthquake mungkin, atau mungkin kita akan mempelajari tentang social phenomena mungkin. Ya mungkin ya, nanti akan kita pelajari masih sama. Pokoknya di chapter 8 ini there is no grammar lesson. Tidak ada grammarnya sama sekali ya Mas Ba ya. Tidak ada grammarnya. Okay. So before we close our meeting, do you have any question about our material today? No? Okay, if there is no question, let's close our meeting by reciting Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Don't forget to read the textbook on page 110 about kamu ketawa kenapa sih? About chapter 8. Apa materinya tadi? Explanation. Okay, let's close our meeting by reciting Hamdalah together. See you next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.